Hi, Book Besties, and welcome to Live Life Between the Lines. If you are new here, my name is Liv, and welcome to our little book club. So, if you have not done so already, we have already went over Satan's Affair. So we've done all 11 chapters and the epilogue. So now we're going to be getting into Hunting Adeline Book 1. I have not read anything past 10 chapters. So I think what I'm going to do is, for sure, I'm not going to read anything past the 10 chapters because I noticed that with Satan's Affair, the fact that I was a little bit ahead, I started getting a little mixed up with what I've already read, and I wasn't sure if I was spoiling anything or not. Especially the fact that I've already read Hunting Adeline Book 2. I already knew about Sybil. I've already knew about Zaid. I already knew about what he does and things like that. So the same thing with reading Hunting Adeline. It didn't really spoil much. I just never got to see how Zaid and Addie became Zaid and Addie. Okay, so I just want to give a full warning, and I just want to put it out there that the books that I am reviewing are not for kids at all. These are adult books. Y'all know, like anything past the warning notes is at your full discretion. And I'm talking about any family members of mine that is choosing to watch this, that this is completely uncensored, just so y'all know. All right, let's get into the warnings. This book ends on a cliffhanger. The contents are very dark with triggering situations such as non-dub con between the main characters, graphic violence, human trafficking, stalking, child trafficking, child sacrifice, mentions of child death, and explicit sexual situations. There are also particular kinks such as gunplay, somnophilia. What does that mean? I feel like I should look that up. It's basically a sexual fetish of getting turned on by someone sleeping. I don't know how I feel about that one. Only because I'm thinking, like, okay, like, say if your partner is like asleep or whatever, and you're just like, oh, like they look so cute, sleep, or I don't know. I don't have the fetish, so I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing. Because some fetishes are weird. Not knocking nobody's kink, but some kinks I'm knocking. Okay, let me get back to reading this. Somnophilia, bondage, and degradation. This book was previously taken down due to the warning, but can also find them in reviews on websites, and feel free to message me directly. Your mental health matters. I think I do kind of remember reading the one from Satan's Affair, but your mental health matters. Okay, let's get into chapter 1. The manipulator is Addie, and the shadow is Zaid. So, of course, I don't know if they introduced him yet, but of course, we all know who Zaid is. No lie, I am not a big fan of her mom at all. Like, I didn't like her in book 2, but she wasn't in there that much. But in here, oh yeah, her little smart comments, like, I genuinely want to know how she got the way she got. Like, what is it about you, or like what happened to where you don't like your mom like that? Because obviously she has some type of resentment towards her mom. So of course, like, I don't know if her grandma has a book or not. Like, I don't know really too much about the standalones at all. I only know about, of course, Satan's Affair being for Sybil, and Phantom being for Gigi, which is her great grandma. I know that much. Oh, and then Where's Molly being from Molly, which when we get into book 2, you'll know who Molly is. Yeah, so far, like, her mom ain't it. Like, she made a comment And she was like, I just wish you had more ambition in life instead of staying in that house you grew up in, sweetie. Or do something more with your life than waste away in that house like your grandma did. I don't want you to become worthless like her. Like, saying worthless, there has to be some type of resentment. But let's also dig into the fact that she's like, do something more with your life than waste away in that house. I'm sorry. Like, did she not? She was never just stable in one place. She's a successful author. But okay, girl, you do you. Anyway, I don't want to agree with her mom though in this sense of saying, yes, like the house is creepy. And of course, like her mom grew up in the house, and for people that don't like that dark color kind of thing, of course, it will feel depressing. Now, me personally, like if I was to design my own house, it wouldn't be bright colors. I like my grays, I like my blacks, like I'm more of a modern kind of style person. But her mama hate her for sure. Like if that's what she wants, her grandma passed that house down to her. If she wants the house, let her get the house. Let her keep the house. Let her build the house up into something cute like it's passed down. Her great grandma lived in that house. Her grandma lived in that house. She lived in that house. Her kids might live in the house. Like, let the girl live in the house. I don't understand the problem. Like, girl, bye. Anyway, so let's jump into the bookstore. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I love me a cute little romantic story. So the fact that they like kind of met up, like, well, let me stop. They didn't meet up. It was more of a I see you, you see me briefly kind of thing. But I was here for that. Like, the fact that she's just kind of like, oh, I feel somebody staring at me, like, and then they kind of just met eye contact. If that was me, in my head, we're already married, we're already having kids. Like, that's my problem. I am such a romantic person. Like, I love things like that. Oh, we making eye contact? Like, we're meant to be? Let's get married. Like, let me stop. The bar with Daya, so ain't gonna lie, I like Daya, but she is overbearing in that first part where she gonna take her phone and start texting that guy. And I was just like, girl, don't take my phone and don't be texting nobody. So that's the only time I feel like genuinely I was not here for Daya. But like, she's cool and she is a good friend. Like, she is a ride or die type of friend. I feel like even if she was to grab somebody's phone, like out of all the guys in Addie's phone, or maybe that's the only person in Addie's phone, Grayson. Cause as soon as they're like in the hallway and he's just like making out with her neck and she's just there like, you enjoying yourself, like you having fun. And I'm just like, you can't read the room. Like, she's obviously not enjoying herself at all. Like, she's not enjoying herself. And I feel like any guy that actually gives a damn, they're gonna be like, oh, like, you good? Like, do you not like that? Like, hold on, what can I do differently? Like, let's talk about it kind of thing. Especially guys that are pleasers, like, aim to please you. But he could care less. And I could just imagine like all the slob just gunked up on her neck. Ugh. Anyway, and then backtrack, and then they're like in this creepy ass hallway. Like, you want to make out with all of my great grandparents, like they all on the walls, and that's where you want to make out in this creepy hallway. Ugh. But then what threw me is that, like, okay, he's like, okay, we about to do this, we're about to do this. And then of course, like, the bang on the door, that would have got my ass. That would have sent me like, oh, somebody banging on the door really loud. And then, I'm going, like, you go downstairs and try to see who it is. It obviously ain't Daya. And it's probably not her mama. So who knocking at her door? Because she don't seem like she the type of person that just know a lot of people. So it's the fact that he talking about some like, oh, who at the door? You gonna answer that? Nigga. Like, this obviously seemed like a little scary situation. And you cowering like behind me trying to like ask me, oh, you ain't gonna get that? Like, pussy? Like, what? Like, that would have turned me the fuck off. And then of course, like, after she done opened the door and like looked to see like if anybody's out there, which is stupid, because I wouldn't have opened that door. I wouldn't have stuck my head out the door. I wouldn't even probably look through the peephole. Like, I would have been like, oh hell no. Nah. Like, who at my door? Freaking the fuck out. Like, I would have called somebody, because obviously Grayson ain't shit. So I'm not safe with him here, cause he ain't gonna protect nothing. Call somebody, be like, look, I don't know, somebody done knocked at my door. Like, I don't know who this is. Probably peeked a little bit out the blinds to see if I see something, but I ain't opening no door. So anyway, then of course, like, they go back upstairs and he gonna try to, like, get back into action. Hold your horses. What you trying to do? I ain't in the mood. So that's why he gonna start cussing at her, talking all that mess, calling her out her name, this and that, just because she ain't in the mood no more. Oh, I'm sorry, somebody banged at my door and dipped. Like, that ain't weird to you? That ain't setting off some red flags to you? Like, and you trying to get back? Nah. In my head, I would be like, oh, this is setup. You need to get out of my house. This is setup. Wild work. Garrison, fuck him for real, cause and then had the nerve to punch a hole in her wall. I forgot all about that. He gonna have the nerve to punch a hole in her wall. So it's like, not only are you calling me out my name and you being real disrespectful, but you have the nerve. Let's get into chapter 2. So chapter 2 is the shadow. I guess this chapter has more to show you like how Zayd kind of came across Addie. And I think it's cute. Like, he casually just walks by the bookstore and just sees her, and he just like instantly fell for her, like fell in love. How romantic. And then starts stalking her ass. How romantic. So, but anyway, like, yeah, you fall in love with her, like, love at first glance. Start stalking her, like, I don't know. It's cute though. It's like, I don't want to say it's cute, but then a part of me is just like, but it's cute though. Now, I'm not saying I want somebody stalking me, because I'm not Addie. I'm not gonna respond the way she responded to him stalking her. I'm not. Like, at least she called the cops. But see, no, I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm telling you, if I was in this book would not have been as thick as it is. It would have ended. It would have ended. Like, it would have ended in the first to second chapter. Because I would have been dipped. I would have been left. I would have, look, I'm sorry, Granny. Like, I'm trying to hold on to this house and keep your memory, but this house is creepy and someone's stalking me. So I'm just going to go back overseas and I'm just going to enjoy my luxury life that I was living. Like, that's in the story. The end. No lie, when they're torturing, so Zayd has his signature style when he's torturing somebody, which is pulling off their fingernails. Like, for people who've had a hangnail, you can just imagine what it feels like to get your whole fingernail ripped off. Like, what the hell? I would not want that. Like, yeah, don't rip off my fingernails. I'm good. Like, I don't want to be tortured. Just end me. End me right then and there. Like, don't sit there and play with my life. If you gonna take my life, just take my life. Don't be playing with my life. Because that's wild work. I was also saying in this chapter that the Epstein files have been, of course, made public. And this book that I actually very much enjoy, it shines light on sex trafficking with not only just women, but children. You see what happens behind things that we don't hear in the public. Like you could just imagine how long that stuff was going on. So there, like, this is real. Like, this is real stuff. Even though this book is, of course, a fiction, it's still happening. Now, I hope there is somebody out there that is getting rid of these people. Like, because Zayd, he's basically just uh, what's it called? A vigilante. Yeah, I think it's called like a vigilante. Like, that's basically what he doing. He getting rid of bad people. Like some very, very bad people. So I'm here for it. Like, I don't see no problem with it at all. Sybil was a different type of person. Like, but Zayd, hands down, I could say agree 100%. Like, I approve. Cause yeah, like these people are nasty. Like, what's your malfunction? Like, what's your deal? Like, you little kids, little kids, like babies, like what? And it's like they can't protect themselves. So you an adult. Like, I don't know. I could never wrap my head around something like that. And I guess most people also can't wrap their head around something like that. But let me move on before it starts. Like, stuff like that really does get to me. So let me move on. In chapter 3, it jumps back to the manipulator. So in chapter 2, I don't know if I said it, but it was the shadow. So in chapter 3, the manipulator, no lie, she is brave for putting her hand in that wall. The way I probably would have never found any of this. And this is why I say if it was me, this book would have ended quickly. Like, I wouldn't have found the hidden case behind the picture. Because my hand wouldn't have been nowhere, my head wouldn't have been nowhere in that wall. She talking about, oh, it's spider web, spider web. I'm afraid of spiders. Terrified of spiders. No, that wouldn't have happened. I'm telling you that wouldn't happen. I would have freaked the fuck out. No. So, of course, when she's finding the journals, it has to do with her great grandma, which is Gigi, and her journal entries is going into the book Phantom. It has everything to do with the book Phantom. So, when I tell you, like, I am so excited to get past this book so I can learn more about what happened in Phantom. Now, I don't know if we're gonna learn more about her grandma and getting into the nitty gritty of that, because of course this isn't her grandma's book, this is Addie's book, but I'm excited because I want to learn more about that. But I think it is weird that her and her grandma is kind of going through the same thing. It's like, dang, y'all repeating yourself, like history repeating themselves with stalkers and falling in love with stalkers and shit like that. Like, that's the kind of history we repeated. Like, wild work. I want to learn more about her grandma, like not her great grandma, but her actual grandma, because I need to know what her love story is. Like, she had a stalker that she falling in love with too. All right, so let's get into chapter 4, which is the manipulator. So in chapter 4, it gets into Daya and Addie, like they're of course cleaning up the house and getting it ready for the renovations that Addie's doing. I ain't gonna lie, she did her thing with those renovations, okay? Because she talking about some heated floors and this and that. Oh yeah, girl, get down. Like, I'm here for it. But the way, if I was Daya in this situation and Addie was my friend, oh girl, I'm gonna snatch your ass up out of that house. Like, I could care less if you want to stay here or not. Get your ass up. Let's go. You're not staying in this house. Cause what you talking about? There's a glass and a rose on the counter. In the house? Where y'all was? Like, up the stairs? Girl, what? Like, I couldn't be her friend. Like, I would be terrified for her and I'm not even in the situation. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, I'm scared for you. So yeah, I would have snatched her ass up, said, let's go, get your things, pack your stuff, we're leaving, and you're not coming back to this house. Sorry, not sorry. Like, go ahead and cancel them renovations. That's it. End of discussion. Like, Because you ain't finna have me stressed the hell out because you want to sit here and figure things out with the stranger. No, like, he obviously obsessing over you and not in a good ways. No, you don't even know what his face look like. But her curiosity is killing her. That's the problem. Like, she curious. Too damn curious. So that chapter was actually kind of short. So let's jump into chapter 5, which is also the manipulator. I ain't gonna lie. The way that she's just kind of like chilling by the cliff and having these intrusive thoughts, like, should I jump? Should I not jump? If I jump, will it hurt? Most likely. But what if I die slowly? Or what if it been like, that's literally what she's sitting there thinking while she on this cliff. And then you got the poor worker trying to tell her like, hey, we're done for the day. We'll be back tomorrow to do some finishing touches. And then he looking at her like, she finna jump right now on my shift? Like, why she can't wait and do this when the other workers here? Like, she want to do this when I'm here? Like, that's what I would have been like, oh, damn. We got a jumper. Like, she trying to jump right now. Like, oh, damn. Why I gotta be here in this moment? But then it's so funny because, like, it was the pause for me where she's just kind of, like, thinking about it. Like, she's still actively thinking about it while the man looking at her, she looking at the man. Like, I don't know. It's still kind of pending in my mind if I want to jump or not. But understandable. Like, I could see why she's like feeling that way, because it's like she got a stalker, she got to deal with her mama, she got to deal with, like, you know, of course, the renovations to this house. Like, she got a lot going on in her life. But girl, just leave. Like, just leave. Don't jumping off that cliff ain't gonna be it ain't the way. It ain't the way, because you right. What if you jump off that bitch and you still alive? So, of course, like, when she's talking to the worker and the worker's just like, oh, by the way, there's some flowers up there for you, like a little bouquet. And she's like, flowers? Like, oh, shit. Because, of course, you know, Zayd's just been leaving her flowers and stuff like that. So she go up there and she see the flowers. And I'm just like, girl, like, at least she called the cops. Like, but I felt like even then the cops didn't really take it. They didn't take it seriously. Like, and that's the thing. Like, if I'm actively telling you that I have a stalker, why you not taking it seriously enough? Like, I have a stalker. I'm telling you that somebody, like, leaving flowers and stuff for me. Like, take it seriously. Do something. But I ain't gonna lie. Even if I would have still, like, if leaving wasn't the answer, I would have been put a Ring doorbell, like, cameras in the front, back, side, floodlights. Like, girl, you doing all them renovations and not one time you thought about security cameras, motion sensors, nothing. Like, come on now. Come on, author. Like, girl, you smart. Let's use that amazing brain of yours. You know, she's still all cool in the house. She can sleep comfortable. Girl, I ain't sleeping comfortable nowhere. But then, of course, like, when her mom came, still trying to convince her to get out the house, and she, like, went in to talk about her grandma being murdered. Oh, I was here for that, because I'm like, oh, who did it? Now, my guess is that the husband did it. But I don't know. Because certain things, I'm just like, well, it ain't really pointing to the husband, because I don't know. Did he do it? Did the stalker do it? I forgot what his name was. So that's why I'm excited about Phantom, because I need to know who killed this lady. All right, so let's get into chapter 6. So chapter 6 is The Shadow. This one's pretty short. Like, this chapter just goes into Zayd taking out these people and saving the kids. He took the guy, of course, that was that he went to go find, took him, tortured him for a bit, and killed him. So that was mostly that chapter. He was able to save the children, because I think the oldest person, the oldest girl that was there was like 15. Everyone else was like younger than that, and it's just like wild work. That's why I said, like, I am so here for what he does, because yes, like, you save them, like, give them a chance, because they still was just kind of like, what's happening, like, where are you taking us, kind of thing. And he's just like, you good, you safe, you straight, like, he about that life. That's why I'm here for Zayd. Okay, I'm here for him. So let's jump into chapter 7. Chapter 7 goes back to the manipulator, which is Addie. So in this chapter, oh, I enjoyed this chapter for sure. So of course, Daya's trying to get her out of the house, and she's just like, come on, like, let's get out of the house, let's do something, let's, mingle, because she stayed trying to get her linked up with somebody. And the last time she did that, it didn't go well. Like, so of course, like, they having fun and, having dancing and stuff like that. And the only thing I could think about is, bro, Zayd is watching this and you pissing him off. You know he ain't gonna be down for that. Like, what? Zayd don't play like that. So of course, like, she ended up meeting Arch. And I ain't gonna lie, I was here for Arch. Like, I was like, okay, Arch, like, I see you, Archibald. Like, he gonna say his whole name. His whole name. And that's the thing, like, you so confident, you gonna say your whole name, the third, like, okay, Archibald. So it's the fact that he got her number and text her, warning her, if he lay a hand on you, I will cut his hand off and I will send it to you by the morning. He told you that. He literally said that in a text. You read it and you still wanted to call that man bluff? Girl, no matter how many times you lock your door, he gets in. No matter how many times you be upstairs, he downstairs. He drinking some whiskey, enjoying himself, like, listening to what side of the house you on. Is you sleeping? You taking a shower? Like, he there. So you don't think he's serious? Like, he had to prove that to her, like, oh, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. So of course, let's get into chapter 8, because it's finna get into more details of how serious this man is, okay? So let's get into chapter 8, the manipulator. So of course, in chapter 8, it jumps straight into Addie and Arch. They're going in the greenhouse, and I ain't gonna lie, I like that. For people who know me, I love gardening. Well, I'm still learning. I ain't there yet. But, having my own little greenhouse, a little reading nook and stuff like that, like, Addie is such a vibe, but she bold, okay? Because she knew that man was watching her, and she gonna take Arch out there. And of course, I'm gonna rate this scene. It ain't a sex scene, but it's still a nasty scene. So I rate this a 7. And my rates in this book is probably going to be higher than it was in Satan's Affair, because Sybil was nasty. But I rate this a 7. The reason it didn't get a 10 is because, of course, Zayd rudely interrupted what would have been something, which, for y'all who know, we happy it didn't turn into something more. And we'll get into that. But it was still a 7 because, hey, he was able to do something. She was turned on. Versus Grayson, who she was just like, bro, you done yet? Kind of thing. So I was just kind of like, dang, like, come on, Zayd, not you interrupting. Like, this man was about to clean his plate. Like, he done already made her come. So the fact that Zayd watched her literally watched her come on this man's fingers, and you know he pissed off. And then Archer was about to go down and clean up his plate and then take her upstairs and finish the do. Well, she wanted to go upstairs so Zay couldn't see, but he also was ready to do the do there. And he could see the whole thing. Oh, you know Zay pissed the fuck off. So you not only let that man touch your thigh in the club, but you also brought him back to your house where you know he was going to be watching. Now, whenever Zay like beat on the door and Arch just kind of like, came up and was just like, let me see who at the door. Like, like he was assertiveness. That's what I was wanting to see from Arch. Like, oh, who banging at your door? Who is that? Like, what's good kind of thing. Oh, he like, oh, you ain't gonna answer that? Who at your door? Like, who is that? Versus Arch, he like, oh, I got this, babe. It's okay. Stand to the side. Don't be in the way. If something bad happened, call the police. Like, da da da. Like, I was here for it until the police get there. Of course, because freaking Zay snatched his ass up whenever he went outside. Zay snatched his ass up and took him. So, of course, I'm just like, damn, Addie, like, you can't catch a fucking break. Like, girl, you can't catch a break. But it turns out the man's a freaking abuser. Like, he beat his ex-wife. And then it turns out every time he be having, like, sexual, encounters with women, he beat their ass. Like, you into that? Like, them right there is the kinks that I was talking about. Where I'm just like, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. Him, he just weird. He disgusting. Like, I was here for it. Like, I was rooting for you. Then it turns out you weird. Like, now I don't feel bad for you. Because Zayd wasn't playing with your ass. And let's get into chapter 9 so we can talk about why Zayd was not playing with his ass. So, in chapter 9, The Shadow, of course, we go into Zayd getting his lick back. And Arch, like, you get, like, to see the real Arch and what he's about. And, oh, yeah, he a dickhead. And I'm just like, damn, Addie, like, you always attracting these damn dickheads. Like, wild work. Like, it's like she got that aura around her. Because even with Zayd, like, Zayd isn't a dickhead, but he's still crazy. He still got an ounce of crazy in him. And I don't want to say it's a bad crazy because he's doing good, in my opinion, for this book world. But he still got a little, he be killing people. He ain't scared to chop off some toes and pluck some eyeballs out. Like she got a type. Must have. Well, I couldn't see Grayson doing any of that, but he's still pussy. So, of course, we get into Zayd fucking this dude up. And it's the fact that he still has, I think his name was Josh, which is the guy he took from the house with the girls. He still had him laying in the basement. So, of course, Arch, he's like looking like, oh, you do this for a living? Like, you just got bodies around, like, you crazy kind of thing. But he talking about some, oh, you don't know who my family is? Do you know who I am? No. Do you know who he is? He don't care who you is. You nobody to this man. Like, he is about to end you. And you got the nerve to talk about, do you know who I am? Nobody. You're nobody. You need to be begging for your life. Beg for your life right now. It's in danger. Like, he just saw you trying to hunch on his girl. That is his girl, but ain't his girl at the same time. And he warned her, if he touch you, I'm going to chop his hands off and I'm going to send it to you by the morning. What'd she do? Called his bluff. His hands went in her. Made her come. So she better be awaiting that package. Because we all know it's coming. So let's get into chapter 10 and talk about that package that ended up on her doorstep. So chapter 10, which is where we're going to be stopping, is the manipulator. So of course, this is where I say Daya is a ride or die. Because of course, Addie calling her about the package that ended up at her doorstep with arch hands in it. And of course they know it's his because he has the star on his hand or his thumb or something like that. And of course, like Zayd's like, don't be calling the police this time. Like, I already had to go out the way to clear, all of these police calls that you're making. So don't be doing it. And Daya's like, I ain't gonna lie, you might want to listen to him because he just sent you some hands in a package. You might, I need you to stop calling his bluffs, So I would have shut up. Like, oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Whatever you say. Like, what? Real hands? Oh, freaking the fuck out. So this is why I say Daya's a real friend, because she like, oh yeah, we finna set up this, we finna set that up, like, it's okay, I got you, like, we finna be good, finna set these cameras up. And then she talking about I'm gonna get rid of the hands, like, I got it. And she's like, are you sure? Like, her hand, I got you. Like, oh, she is a ride or die. But it's the fact that, bro, the cameras is a good idea and not a good idea all at the same time. Because, bro, Zay just gonna tap into them bitches. And even though we haven't read into that yet, I'm guessing. Like, I be guessing ahead of time. He finna tap into them cameras. He gonna see everything you doing. So I'm just like, bro, Zayd was not playing with you. Like, you finna put these cameras up. He finna be watching you just the same. It don't matter. But you sat there and called his bluff. Nah, he done kill Arch. He done kill Arch dad. He done kill the 2 brothers, the uncle, the 2 cousins. He done killed this man's whole family just because he inserted 2 fingers in you. All of that. Y'all didn't even get to do. All of that. But it turns out that his family wasn't shit either. The brother was a rapist. The dad was a rapist. Like, they all about, So that's the thing. Because when Zay be killing, like, he ain't gonna really just kill just to kill. But when it come to Addie, he gonna kill just to kill. But then it turns out that he killed some rapists. So it's like, a win's a win. A win is a win. Keep calling my bluff and I'm going to show you what's real. Like, I'm going to show you what's up. So, I ain't gonna lie. Let's see if she learned her lessons in the next chapter, because wild work. And it's the fact that she's able to just sleep at night while this man is just walking amongst her house. So, of course, we get into her being asleep and she hears something, wakes her up, and she's waiting for him to just come in the room. Because, of course, he's at the door. Like, at the door. Right there. And, of course, she could have just opened the door and, like, saw him. But she didn't. And I think that's what he was waiting on. Like, he was waiting for her to just open the door and see her. Like, or for her to see him or something. I wasn't sure if that was his plan or not. But if she would have just opened the door, she would have saw him. Of course, she's scared. And understandable, because I would have been up. Like, I wouldn't have been able to sleep in that house at all. But it's the fact that he walks downstairs, close the door. She shoots across the hallway. And she finally sees him, like, walk off the porch. So she sees his figure. It's not just a shadow. It's not just a thought. Like, she actually sees his figure. And then he kind of tilts his head a little bit to where she can't see his whole face, but she can kind of get a glimpse of, like, his chin and his, like, facial structure a little bit. And it's just like, you finally got a glimpse of Zayd himself. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that was the best chapter to end with. Like, you got a glimpse of your stalker. Y'all, I can't wait to see y'all in the next 10 chapters, because it's finna get good. And y'all know it's finna get good. So, I'll see y'all later.